Guys, what is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993 coming at you for the final live Raw review of January of 2018. That's right, January is just about done pretty much. We're wrapping up here very quickly with this month, as first month's gone by pretty quickly. It's been a wild month, definitely, both personally and, wrestling-wise. But first month of 2018 is out of the way, on to the next month as well. So I'm here to talk about Raw live tonight, and I do apologize for a couple things. First off, I wasn't as active on Twitter tonight because I was at my friend's house watching Raw with him, and my battery was kind of low on my phone, so I didn't want to waste my battery completely. That would at least get my pull up while I was driving home. And also, sorry again, I'm a little bit late because I had to drive home. It snowed a little bit, so I had to take a longer way home, so this way I can get home safe and sound without any accidents. Hassan the Mighty, what's up, man? What's up? Finn should have won. Oh, yes, we will definitely talk about that main event at the end of this video. But overall, though, despite the main event was okay, didn't really get as far as it wasn't really as good of a match as I'd hoped for. Definitely, that's a match I hope they do get a second chance. I know that John Cena and Finn Balor can definitely put on a better match than they did. But other than that, honestly, I can't really complain. I thought we had a pretty strong episode of Raw tonight. A lot of things made sense. We had a lot of good happen. Just things as, was the putting the pieces of the puzzle together for the next pay-per-view Elimination Chamber and whatnot. We had a strong women's singles match for women. How often do we hear that anymore? It's more so tag matches. I liked what we saw there as well. We had Braun Strowman's destructions again as well. Overall, I mean, despite that main event being average to decent, I thought it was a pretty good episode of Raw tonight. I was pretty happy about it. As always, live chat, please leave your thoughts in the live chat as well as we get rolling here with this live review. Let's get started right away. We start off with Stephanie McMahon coming down and welcoming Jonathan Coachman as well, as he is replacing Booker T on commentary. Kind of good because Booker T really getting bad after a while. But hopefully Jonathan Coachman will add, a spark to the commentary team. Hopefully it'll be a solid three-man commentary stable between Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and now Jonathan Coachman. Because Michael Cole, when he was on commentary, I think it was for the UK tournament, I believe it was, he wasn't too bad. If you get Vince out of his ear, he's not too bad of a commentator. But until then, I'm sorry, Michael Cole, not going to be and have my biggest support for you that much. Sorry. Yeah, also Hassan the Mighty said no NXT call-ups. I mean, I was expecting at least Authors of Pain maybe to show up for an NXT call-up tonight at least, but we didn't get that. But, it's just my night of the Royal Rumble. I didn't expect any that much. At Night of WrestleMania, I definitely expect a few, but that's okay. But still, I thought we had a pretty good showing of tonight's episode of Raw. So anyway, Stephanie welcomes us to the show and reminds us about last week's episode of Raw, which was the 25th anniversary, saying we're going to kick off 25 more years of Raw. Sorry, but that anniversary show was not that great. Again, for a regular show, wasn't bad, but for an anniversary show, expectations were very high, and we got down here. But we're not going to talk about that show. We're going to talk about an actual very good show tonight. And she recapped us from last night's women's Royal Rumble match, the first one ever, which, as I said last night, wasn't a complete flop, but I expected better from what we got. But we still got some good spots. I'm not going to completely trash on the women's Royal Rumble match. And whole pay-per-view altogether, it was all right. Again, I think I just expected more from some of the matches, like the SmackDown Tag Title match. I expected that to be like a show stealer. The handicap match again was between AJ Styles and, as you call them, Cammy, was all right. The Raw Tag Title match was what it was. I mean, it's kind of what I expected. Unfortunately, though, what really did kind of affect the show a little bit last night was the placement of the matches on the card. I think some of the matches would have been more enjoyable if they were placed at different spots. Like having the Raw Tag Title match right after the Men's Royal Rumble, it felt really out of the spot, pretty much, in my opinion. But I already talked about my Royal Rumble stuff last night, so I will talk about just Raw tonight. We get right into it. Tonight is about the winner of that match, of course, which was Asuka. So Asuka comes down and Stephanie congratulates her and says normally she'd ask which champion she wants to face, but before she makes that decision, she might want to wait because Alexa might not be Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania, since she's defending the title in 4 weeks in the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match, which will be interesting. I'm looking forward to that as well. So Asuka is still going to wait on her decision, which, okay, that happened. It makes sense why she hasn't decided yet. Asuka thanks the WWE Universe and talks in Japanese and points to the sign, explains in English that she's becoming a champion at WrestleMania because nobody is ready for Asuka. And out comes Sasha Banks. She says she had a chance to make history again after sharing the ring with 29 other women last night, which wants to congratulate Asuka on her victory. But she keeps saying nobody's ready for Asuka, but she wants to prove that she can go the distance. And tonight, she is ready for Asuka. So Stephanie makes the match official. Later on, we're going to get Sasha Banks versus Asuka. Kind of like also how Sasha's kind of teasing a little bit of heel tactics in there. I mean, she did a little bit last night in the Women's Royal Rumble, first by a little named Bayley, and then as well as, trying to trash talk Trish a little bit until she eliminated Trish. And Trish even also went out of her way to, mock Sasha Banks as well. So I kind of was interested in seeing these heel tags coming out of Sasha Banks, something fresh in her character, just to, give her a little bit more momentum going. Because, she's still been okay, but it's like, I wouldn't mind seeing, that heel turn happen. I think Sasha can go to, the next level as well as a heel. But we'll see what happens down the line. We will talk about their match later on tonight. So we had qualifying matches announced for the men's elimination chamber match. They were going to 3 of them tonight, and the winner of that elimination chamber match will go on to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. So the first one we're going to have. The first Rumble match, the first qualifying match we had was Kane and Braun Strowman in a last man standing match. And then we're going to have Elias taking on Matt Hardy and John Cena versus Finn Balor in our main event, which I also must mention also that Raw changed up their graphics, their music and whatnot. The song they used for their main intro theme was the same one back from, I think, late 2000s or into 2010, I think it was that song. I think I was told. And also I noticed they're using the same song they used for Payback last year, also for the bumper song as well. So it was kind of random, but I was fine with the music and the graphics way before. They were still kind of fresh to me. I was kind of bummed they already changed the landscape already, but whatever. I thought what we got was still pretty cool. Yeah, so those were the 3 matches set along with Sasha Banks and Asuka later on tonight. Live chat, see what we got here. Hassan the Mighty said, if Shinsuke wins the world title, he'll be the first ever Japanese world champion ever, excluding Yokozuna because of being related to The Rock, Manu, Rikishi, Usos, Umaga, etc. And he also said that last man standing match was entertaining but short. It was pretty short, I'll give it that, but still, I enjoyed what we got out of it. What we got was what I felt what was needed to happen, especially to set the stakes higher for Braun, as he came out to the ring before the match started and starts getting the toys ready to go and whatnot. So the match began between Strowman and Kane, and Braun pretty much just for the most part destroyed Kane in this match. Just hitting him with chairs. And they made their way back to the announce table, and after hitting Kane with a couple of chair strikes, Braun literally went behind the announce table. Not only dumped the announce table onto Kane, he dumped the whole portion of that stage on top of him. I keep saying, what else can Braun Strowman possibly do to carve his path of destruction these days? He lifted pretty much part of a stage and an announce table over on top of the big red monster. And they didn't even, count the 10. They were like, that's it, ring the bell. Like, Kane was dead pretty much. Kane was buried alive. It was short and sweet, but, we knew Braun needed to win the match. And just have Braun, entertain us with this more path of destruction, that was cool. I thought whenever they were getting Kane onto the EMTs, I thought they were going to go back and put and have Braun attack Kane again. But they did not go that route, unfortunately. And but then he did not. So they had Kane get interviewed Braun Strowman get interviewed pretty much saying, he just said he did his job. Last man standing, right? Well, that's exactly what I did. So then we went on commercial break. When we came back, they were taking Kane down out on a stretcher. And I thought like Braun was going to come out of nowhere and start attacking him again, but he didn't, because they should have shot somebody walking in the background once Kane and the EMTs got out of the way. But then I was just like, oh no, Braun's going to get him, but he didn't. So instead, Braun came up and he ran into Kurt Angle, and he said, how many times do I have to tell you, have this conversation with you, and then you need to just cut out some of the stuff you're doing. You need to settle down, and if you can give someone a break. And Strowman's like, okay, you're right. And then he says he didn't do enough. He says he was the last man standing. He got to be the last man standing, and at WrestleMania he'll be the last man standing over Brock Lesnar. So only God knows what he has in mind for WrestleMania if he does face Brock, or even in the Elimination Chamber match. Like, only God knows what he has up his sleeve there as well. Let me see here. We had Hassan the Mighty. Are you going to say anything about what I said about Shinsuke? Yeah, definitely. It would be great to have a different nationality born champion as well. I would like to see that happen for Shinsuke, and also for Asuka as well, on the main roster. And Lauren has made it to the live chat. Hi, Lauren. What did you think of the Rumble yesterday? And it's all right, you missed my review. I understand. That was it probably tired out a lot of people from watching the pay-per-view, even though it was still not too bad of a pay-per-view. But the men's Royal Rumble I thought was awesome. The women's, again, for seeing all the surprise and stuff, it was cool. But I felt that it could have, something was missing from it to making it a little bit more, bigger than it was, or just a historic match. I felt that the card was not well placed for that pay-per-view, in my honest opinion. I felt that they could have placed the matches in different spots. I feel like some of the matches would have been more enjoyable to watch if they were just placed out, because the crowd was just burned out after the men's Royal Rumble match. She thought that Finn and Cena was match of the night tonight. All right. She watched the whole Rumble and fell asleep. She liked it. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And she gives it an A. Awesome. I'll continue on with the review as well. Just make sure you keep up with me. Then we had Elias in the ring singing us a song, and my friend and I were just hoping, since they're in Philly, he would start trashing on the Flyers or whatnot, just for the heck of it. No offense to any Phillies fans out there, but from my friend who's a huge hockey fan. I mean, I'm not as big into hockey, but I still support the Penguins. But he was kind of hoping he'd hear Elias start trashing on the Flyers or whatnot, since we're in Philadelphia, and he's from Pittsburgh. But he didn't do that. He pretty much just said something about how he's going to be going into the chamber. So my question is to you: who wants to walk with Elias in the chamber? But he didn't say that, but I was hoping he would say that. And then we have Matt Hardy making his entrance. So Elias and Hardy, not too bad of a qualifying match. I thought again, Elias, is still developing as a character. I thought he had a good showing here against Woken Matt Hardy. It looked like Hardy was about to defeat Elias. However, the Bray Wyatt's vignette hit went out, and it was off distraction. Like, Matt's like, where is he? Where is he? And then Elias is able to pick up the victory. And to a surprise, Elias is in the Elimination Chamber match. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I mean, I'm hoping, well, I won't get too far, but I'm just wondering, why they would put him in the chamber. I thought they would at least put, Woken Matt Hardy in the chamber. I feel like he'd be more worthy of it than Elias. But I'm like, I'll take it, give it the experience to see what it has. But he beats Hardy, and afterwards we had Bray appearing on the Titantron in a smoky room, just laughing his head off. So we're probably going to get a match between Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt at the Elimination Chamber as well. Then we have The Miz cut the promo on a handy cam, questioning the idea about Roman Reigns getting owed a rematch and asking, what about me? What am I owed? When he gets grace towards his words, he owns silence. And when he defends his title, he's owned with a standing ovation. So the next match we're going to get is Roman Reigns and The Miz. First, let me just check the live chat as well. Let me put that. Best match was the women's match. That's what Lauren says. And then Hassan the Mighty says, Lauren, my brother put me to sleep, and I was pissed because I was going to miss it. Yes, I do agree. The men's match should have ended the show. Honestly, yes, it should have. But we do have Ronda. Lauren does not like Elias. That's all right. Asuka versus Sasha. I thought that was an awesome match. Yeah, I was wondering why Ronda wasn't there tonight. I was expecting Ronda to show up, but I don't know why she didn't. But we'll see. Maybe she'll show up tomorrow on SmackDown. I don't know. But I thought she was going to be there tonight on Raw. What do you think about the women having an Elimination Chamber match? I like I definitely like that concept. I'm interested to see what goes down in it as well. As we don't know who's going to be in the matchup besides the champion herself, Alexa Bliss. We are getting Matt versus Bray at WrestleMania. Okay, cool. Don't know why she was there. Watch Roman enter the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, probably will be. But again, at least he did win the Rumble, so that's all I care about. As long if he gets the Brock to the Elimination Chamber, that's fine. And yes, the Dudley Boys are in the Hall of Fame. Yes, they are. What the club? What are your most wanted heel face and heel and face turns for Turn Alert? Well, I'll get to those in a little bit, but I'll keep up with the live chat. But I'll definitely get to those in a little bit. It's on the money. But thank you guys again for the stuff in the live chat as always. Just trying to keep up with this review. So, anyways, Roman versus the Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Good match, I thought. Surprisingly, I didn't think these two would work very well together. But between the Miz and his mind games and or him trying to overcome Roman with his heel tactics in general, and I thought that maybe Roman would just make Miz look like a fool when you're wrestling. But honestly, not really. I mean, I thought the Miz and Roman worked pretty darn well together. Roman, they did have a kayfabe knee injury for Roman in this match, which the Miz played that off that injury very well. And then Roman, as far as grabbing a chair, trying to scare off the Miz Taraj, he was about to hit the Miz with the chair again, but the referee apparently told him to stop it, so he just tossed it aside to cut it out. They tried having the Miz again sneaking in through the getting the crap. I completely lost my thought. The turnbuckle. That's what it was. Sorry, guys. The turnbuckle being exposed again, and then we had the Miz though get caught, so he was forced to not take it apart. So Roman was still limping on one leg a little bit, and the Miz also was limping a little bit as well. So they both were kind of down a leg tonight. But he got the Superman punch on him as well. But then the Miz Taraj came back out trying to distract him, and then Roman took them all out. Superman punch, Curtis Axel also took a nasty bump. He got Superman punched right in the jaw, and since the original desk was was taken out by Braun Strowman, they built a new one right by ringside, which was really close to ringside. So Curtis Axel got Superman punched, and he took a nasty bump off of the announce table. So hopefully he was okay, and he had to spear Bo Dallas. But off of the distraction, though, the Miz hit the Skull Crusher finale on Roman Reigns to retain the title. So as what I expected. His Reigns probably gonna go to the Elimination Chamber. The question is, who's he going to face now in a qualifying match? For that, but the Miz retained the title. Again, a pretty good match. I thought I liked it a little bit better than the match he had at Raw 25, but the match he had at Raw 25 was still pretty darn good as well. So I'll give it to them. They had another pretty good match. So the Miz celebrates. And then we got several recaps how many times of Braun Strowman just lifting the stage on top of Kane. We did get an update later on night that Kane was at the local medical facility. He was sitting up and trying to make his way out. So, Kane obviously is trying to come back, maybe get some retribution on Braun Strowman. Don't know where that's going to lead, but we'll see down the line as well. Turner was where I got to know you, the club, and I would also like to have you make another series called Title Change. Title change. That would be interesting. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I haven't done too many Turn Alerts yet because I just do not know where some of these directions are going. The one I'm still waiting on to do is the one with whether it's the club or Finn Balor, because I thought that after what happened with DX, I thought the club was going babyface, but then after what we got tonight with Finn Balor, I'm wondering if he's going to go heel. So I'm just confused which way to go. I know we're going to be getting ones for Jason Jordan down the line, probably Dean Ambrose later this year for a heel turn. Trying to think who else. Probably another tag team turning face or whatnot, or some women turning face as well. But we'll see what happens down the line as well. Yeah, but maybe I'll do a title change series. I don't know. It just depends on if I have the time to keep fitting in all these little series as well. But thanks for the suggestion. I definitely will consider that one as well. But yeah, moving along here with this review. Paul Heyman tweeted about having a #1 contenders match Elimination Chamber, and then we had hype for Sasha and Asuka, and then the Revival were making their way down to the arena, and we end up having the Revival taking on Heath Slater and Rhino in a match. You know what it was what it was pretty much. The Revival, you know, I was worried about after last week. I heard the rumors about them being just fed to DX and just pretty much being treated like the Ascension was back at the old school Raw right before the Royal Rumble in 2015, when they pretty much, you know, buried the Ascension. I didn't want that to happen again. But the Revival did get wins over the Club on the pre-show last night, and they also got wins on the wins tonight over Beauty and the Man Beast. They hit the Shatter Machine on Heath Slater as well, and then they were interviewed afterwards. They've been interviewed quite frequently after their matches, and Scott Dawson says they just defeated the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and he asks how they compare to the Graham brothers, but Charlie Caruso has to admit she doesn't know who they are, and Dash says that she's just like all these people, too busy chanting ECW and trying to get themselves over. But unlike the two of them who learned from the past, these people can't stop living in it. So I really thought, my friend and I, we thought that the Dudley Boys were going to come out and send the Revival through a table. So they were like, you know, making references to them. But it didn't, because it more so has led to the announcement, but we would get very shortly. But then we had that's what we had next. We had the announcement that the Dudley Boys are next inductees into the WWE Hall of Fame, which they are going to be joining with Goldberg. So far, shaping up to be a pretty good class so far for the 2018 Hall of Fame, as the Dudley Boys are in. And then we had the Balor Club cut a promo. They're doing these handy cam promos, like, you know, like cell phone looking like promos backstage. Something different, not too bad. I don't mind them. Camera movement is pretty darn good, I shall say, as a videographer myself. Finn Balor puts over his Royal Rumble performance again, as he lasted, I think it was like about 58 minutes in the Royal Rumble match last night, which I thought was definitely a good showing for Finn Balor to get that amount of time there for the #2 spot. He talks about his performance and how his shot was taken away by John Cena. He's not just going to step up to Cena tonight; he's going to step over him. We had Sasha Banks being interviewed backstage, saying that we're moments away from her beating Asuka. She's been waiting for this opportunity for a very long time, and last night she made history, but now it's her turn. So Sasha makes her way down to the ring, and we have Asuka taking on Sasha Banks, and what I thought was a pretty darn good women's singles match on Raw. One of the better ones we've had on Raw in quite some time, since most of the ones we've been getting lately are nothing but tag matches. And, you know, I'm starting to get sick of tag matches because they happen all the time. Here's a question I also have for you guys. For those of you, anybody who watches NXT, how often do we see tag matches take place between, like, you know, like two single stars teaming up against two other single stars? How often do we really see that? Not that often. We more so see tag matches taking place with actual tag teams. When you overdo it up on the main roster, it just, you know, it waters down the performer as well. So I thought like that of course was, you know, a little bit disappointing, you know, having, like, you know, that was happening constantly. But, you know, when you give them get their chance to shine in singles matches, then, you know, bada bing, that was you know what makes those matches feel more special. But good to see a singles match between two women. We haven't got any of those for a while. And then we had this match between Asuka and Sasha Banks. Again, a really, really good match. You know, these two I thought worked very well together. Both firing some of their best shots at them, as you know, Asuka was not able to use that cross arm breaker to get Sasha tap out. Sasha had Asuka in the bank statement several times as well. As you know, she couldn't, of course, gonna get Asuka tap out there as well. But a few times they teased them because Sasha did kick the rope back a couple times, and Asuka was able to get the lock on Asuka, but she was able to escape from it. There was two really scary bumps that each of these women took. So there was a part where Sasha tried to do a suicide dive on Asuka, but then Asuka kicks her right in the face, and it looked like possibly Sasha got her foot caught on the rope or something like that, and she fell like face forward into the apron, fell on the ground. So I'm like, she's okay. I hope she's okay, but she was all right. And there was another time where Asuka went flying through the middle ropes and just like kind of like landed hard on the ground as well. So hopefully they both seemed all right, but it was definitely a couple scary bumps, especially that one on Sasha. I was a little worried about something may have happened to her there. But then for the first time in God knows when, also speaking of like moves we haven't seen for a while, we had the curb stop return a few weeks ago. Well, it's being referred to what it used to be called the blackout. But then for the first time in a while, we've seen the Asuka lock, because Asuka, for the most part, has been using that flying cross arm breaker as for finisher recently. I don't know why they're doing that, but yeah. So we had that flying cross arm breaker get put on Asuka. I mean, on Sasha, and Sasha Banks tapped out. And what I thought, again, was a very strong women's match we've seen on Monday Night Raw and God knows when. Now, I don't know what's going to happen for the Women's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I'm assuming we're going to be seeing people like, of course, Alexa Bliss in there, probably Sasha, Bayley, Mickie James, Nia Jackson, maybe Paige. I don't know. But again, since Paige is not cleared to compete, somebody else probably going to be inserted in there. Hopefully it's somebody. Well, really, who else is there to really be inserted in there? What, to put Dana Brooke in there or Alicia Fox, which the one was in the Rowdy spot be filling. That's why I would be hoping that Paige would be getting that spot. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen really at all, which is a shame because it would happen, because I wanted to see Paige versus Asuka at WrestleMania. But either way, I think somebody else is going to win the Raw Women's Championship. I mean, I like Alexa Bliss, looking wrong, but first off, Ronda Rousey is definitely facing one of these champions at WrestleMania. She's either going to, I'd rather have her face Charlotte. Ronda and Alexa at WrestleMania, I mean, it could be a good match, but WrestleMania worthy, not really. Also, as I said last night in my Royal Rumble review, honestly, Asuka's already beaten Alexa. Like, if Asuka's given the opportunity to choose which champion she wants to face, why not face Charlotte? She's never faced Charlotte at all, and all of a sudden you're really emphasizing that you can pick either champion, not just the one on your brand. But once again, for Ronda's sake, I would rather see her face what's her face? Charlotte. I'd rather see that. But if they do change at first, until tonight, which I wouldn't so mind seeing it, I think if Paige is not going to be the one to, be able to be cleared for the Elimination Chamber, I think it should be Sasha winning the Elimination Chamber match, become the Raw Women's Champion. However, the only thing is if she does not defend that title till WrestleMania against Asuka, if they have another match, which I wouldn't mind seeing them wrestle again. But the only thing is if Sasha does not defend the title for WrestleMania, then there's, once again, it goes Sasha not successfully retaining her title in a title defense again. So that would kind of, bug me a little bit. It's the only downside to it. But again, unless if Ronda Rousey's, those rumors have it that they may do that mixed tag match they were setting up at WrestleMania 31 with Ronda and Rock taking on Triple H and Stephanie. There's rumors that may be happening at WrestleMania 34. If not, then it definitely Ronda taking on Charlotte. But again, I don't know, what's going to happen there. So let's see what happens in the Women's Elimination Chamber match in weeks to come. Let me see here. Hassan Amani's asked Lauren if like the part where Finn and Shinsuke were cheered and Roman Cena were booed and chanted, "You both suck." Yeah, that's why I was calling them Team You Both Suck back when they're built for No Mercy. Hassan Amani also says concussion worthy Sasha. Yeah, definitely. And Jacob Bright, what's up going on, man? He says, yeah, I hope Sasha wins at the Chamber. I mean, it would be nice to see, but again, I just don't want to see Sasha get another title where she does not retain the title at all. Like, that would kind of suck, I feel, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens down the line. Then we had the Bar, the new tag champions, Cesaro and Sheamus, taking on Titus Worldwide, Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil, which makes sense because they did have 2 victories over them before they won the Raw tag titles. Honestly, despite the fact Titus Worldwide is still kind of not being one of the stronger tag teams, I don't think it was a decent physical match. I thought it was good. Titus didn't look too bad in there. Apollo got his son. I keep saying to my friend, Titus has the wrestling. He's definitely an athletic, amazing wrestler. He just doesn't have the character yet. But I think Titus Worldwide is starting to get some momentum, not really becoming the strongest tag team quite yet. But I think down the line, if they keep up where they're going, I do see some better things down the line. So I really want to see Apollo Crews get some work as well. Well, I mean, he's awesome, but it's just that he was just brought up from NXT way too soon, as I keep saying. Yeah, they were on a roll until they until the Bar hit that white Samoan, not the spike white noise, where they call it, to retain the Raw Tag Champions championships as well. But again, good physical matches thought by both of them. I enjoyed that match very well as well. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words again. And then we then had to go like a recap of what happened last night with Ronda Rousey as well. Which again, I'm surprised she did not show up on the show as well. And speaking of also not showing up, we also didn't get Seth Rollins or Jason Jordan showing up. So I guess we'll see what happens that next week. But I'm not complaining again. And then we also had another recap of what happened with Braun Strowman earlier in the night. And then we get to our main event, which the Balor Club, which Gallows and Anderson did come out with the Balor Club towards the at the beginning of the match, but we never saw them again for the rest of the match. I don't know why that was the case, which I thought that if they were going to attack, that's when Finn would turn heel maybe or something like that. But the Balor Club came out, and Finn was just out there after commercial break. Cena came out. The match that Cena and Balor had was all right. I mean, it wasn't a bad match, but I definitely felt they could have done better than what they did. I mean, once again, don't get me wrong. It was still a good match, but I expected better from them. I do hope they do get another opportunity. I know these two can go out there and go quicker. I mean, first what didn't help was, the crowd crapped on it big time. It just, it felt a little, to me, it felt a little slow. It just like, it picked up a little bit towards the end. I was glad to see that Finn kicked out of the AA once, because if Jinder Mahal can kick out of the AA, then anybody should be kicking out of the AA. Well, except for Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. But again, it was still all right, but I expected better. Finn did get a couple of his slingshot drops on him as well. He was about to, hit Cena with, the coup de grace, but Cena got out of the way. And then Cena would then hit Finn with an AA from the second or the third rope to get the victory. So Cena, Elias, and Strowman are all going to the Elimination Chamber in a few weeks. So I was surprised to see Cena. I was hoping Finn would have won, but what's next for Finn? I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I think the best way, I want to see Finn, win the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania off of The Miz. I think that'll be the best route for, those two to go. But I just don't know now with them. It seemed like, they're taking Finn to some other direction. Like, what's he going to do until he gets to WrestleMania? Who's he going to feud with? Like, who's going to have a match with that? The Elimination Chamber, he's not going to be in it. Unless they do like a second chance chamber match or something like that for the Elimination Chamber. I'm not sure. But unless because I mean, or now, who else is he going to face if he's a heel? Who's he going to face at WrestleMania as well? Because you can't leave Finn off the card at WrestleMania, honestly. And you can have him winning Intercontinental Championship while he's slowly turning heel, and then maybe he'll go to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup afterwards. So I'm not sure where we're going to get there. Hassan the Mighty says Finn should go to SmackDown and turn heel and feud with Shinsuke. Yes, I mean, I want to see them have another match. They had, and also Jacob the Bright said Apollo needs to work on his mic work and character. Yes, exactly. As I said before, he has the wrestling, he just doesn't have the character at all. And then Hassan the Mighty, the idea of Finn going to SmackDown to turn heel and take on Shinsuke, I mean, that would be awesome too. Like the match they had on NXT for Balor's final NXT match was good. I mean, it wasn't awesome, but it was still good. So I'm hoping to see better between them as well on the main roster. I mean, that'd be a SummerSlam WrestleMania worthy match as well. So I mean, we could see it happening on SmackDown Live for like SummerSlam maybe for the title if Shinsuke does defeat AJ at WrestleMania. So I like to see it. But yeah, John Cena wins the final match of the night, the main event. So again, it was an all right match, but I definitely expected better from these two. But I'll still give them, the match was still good for what it was. And yeah, so guys, that is pretty much it for this live review of Monday Night Raw. Thank you again to Hassan the Mighty, Lauren Hutton, and not Finn Balor, Jacob Bright. Sorry, man, I will call you Finn Balor for some reason. For joining me in this live chat as well. So before I go off, as always, let me go to the poll as well. What grade would you give tonight's show? Episode of Raw. Wow, kind of surprising results here because I thought this was a pretty good episode, but I had 7 votes, 14% A, 14% B, 14% C, 58% said D. Again, a little surprised. I thought it was still pretty good, but that's your opinion. That's cool with me. Personally, again, I really enjoyed the show. I mean, from top to bottom, I thought qualifying matches were pretty good. The stuff we got with Sasha and Asuka was definitely probably the best part of the night, in my opinion. I mean, the main event match could have been a little bit better, but I thought it was still all right for what it was. We had the stuff with Revival. They got put over. The tag match was not too bad either, and it made sense to have it since Titus O'Reilly has had a few victories over the Bar. So I can't really say it was a pretty good episode of Raw, so I want to give it an A minus. So I want to give it to Raw. It's a nice episode of Raw, an A minus. What grade would you guys give this episode of Raw? We're now on the road to WrestleMania. We are now 69 days. Well, actually, since it's technically Tuesday now, we're 68 days away from WrestleMania 34 as well. And I can't wait to see AJ and Shinsuke go at it. Lauren in the live chat before I go out off the air said, what did you think of Ray returning? I wasn't expecting it. Neither was I. I was glad he got to participate in one more Rumble match, especially from the reception he got at the 2014 Rumble, getting booed for not being Daniel Bryan coming out at number 30. My one friend and I were talking today also. He brought up a point. They should have had someone like Wade Barrett or somebody else, like an actual heel, come out at number 30 if they knew that they were going to get booed since they weren't going to put Daniel Bryan in that Rumble, since everybody wanted Daniel Bryan in the Rumble. But I was definitely happy to see Ray back. Now, I believe it was probably a one-off appearance, but with the rumors about the Raw, not the Raw 205 Live, the 205 Live GM being announced for tomorrow, I'm not saying it's for sure, but I wonder if they would go with Ray. I'm not sure if they would, but I mean, if Ray would be back, I'd rather see him wrestling because he was in pretty good shape last night with wrestling as well. Do you watch Wrestle Talk, the YouTube channel? I do watch some of their videos, definitely. Let me see here. Jacob gave Raw a B, and so did Lauren. I watched some of Wrestle Talk. What did you think of Roman eliminating Orton? I mean, I didn't really take notice that it was Roman eliminate Orton. I mean, I know you probably want Orton to win, but I didn't say that Orton to win at the same time period. I mean, I will admit though, as I said last night, I do think having Cena and Roman in there to help put over Shinsuke was great. I mean, at first if it would have been just Roman eliminating Cena or Cena eliminating Roman, it would have been whatever. But with having at least Cena and Roman in there, two guys, that the crowd was not gonna root for at all. Have them both be eliminated by the guy who won the Rumble, I think was the best move. I mean, Orton being in there coming back, I was actually kind of hoping that it would have been Shinsuke eliminating Randy, because he was saying I feel like a good feud between now in WrestleMania would be heel Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura, or even, as you said the other night, also, even if they would surprisingly turn Nakamura, which I don't think they're going to turn Nakamura heel. They could swerve us and still do it, but if it was heel Nakamura versus face Randy Orton, that'd be interesting also. So I was kind of surprised, Nakamura didn't eliminate Orton. I think I would rather have him eliminate Orton. But, Roman eliminating Orton was whatever. It was what it was. Yeah. Hassan the Mighty says Ray should be part-time. Is Ray even coming back, or was just a one-time thing? I think it was a one-time thing. I just wonder though if maybe they're considering him for the 205 Live GM, which I would not want to see. I'd rather see him wrestling if they're going to bring him back full-time or part-time as well. Lauren loved the Women's Royal Rumble. Awesome. Either one-time or part-time. She said all of Lauren's favorites returned except for Melina. She should have been there. I would not have been as well, except for, I don't know, Vicky Guerrero as well. One-off appearance. Who do you think is winning both chamber matches? She says Alexa, she doesn't mind, but Roman, no. Again, I know, a lot of people don't want to see Roman take on Brock for the Universal title. On the bright side, at least we will have the title full-time. And two, again, at least it's not Roman getting there through the Royal Rumble. I'm kind of hoping some way, at least a triple threat between Braun, Roman, and Brock. Because honestly, what else are you going to do with Braun if he's not in the title match? Because the sky's too high, except for the fact that you can't beat Brock Lesnar because he lost him clean out of No Mercy, and he didn't get the pin last night at Royal Rumble. So, but for a women's elimination chamber, if somehow Paige is healthy in there, then please Paige. I mean, I I don't know. It's like I like Alexa Bliss, but I would much rather see somebody else face Asuka than her because they already had a match on they had a match on Raw. I mean, like, I know Sasha and Asuka just fought tonight, but I feel like there's something more they can go with that route. I feel so if Paige is not in the Rumble, I'm going to predict Sasha winning the Elimination Chamber. Again, even though I would much rather maybe not see it, it's tough because, again, I just don't want to see Sasha get a 5th title reign where she doesn't even get to, retain the championship at all. That's the only thing. So the women's one's tough. I really, if not Sasha, who else can I see winning that? Probably not Bayley. I don't think it would go with that. Nia, maybe. I mean, Asuka and Nia have good matches, but I don't know if it's worthy of WrestleMania yet. So it's tough. I mean, again, I would much rather be Paige, but it's not looking too good for Paige being in there. Let me see here. Let's go there. Did Braun defeat Kane? Oh, Braun destroyed Kane. What woman is inducted this year? Not sure yet. Maybe Ivory I've heard rumors of, maybe somebody else was in the Rumble last time. I'm not sure. Roman's winning Universal title. He really doesn't deserve it, to be honest. We had Victoria, Tori, China, or Sable maybe inducted into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, sure, any of those. Brock's contract is up this year. Tori and China deserve it. Do you think Tori is back? I do not know if Tori's going to be back full-time or not, but hopefully she gets into the Hall of Fame. Hopefully they don't renew Brock's contract. I'm done with Brock Lesnar, honestly. Hey, Tian Couponer, what's up? Yeah, I agree, Lauren. After Brock beat Braun at No Mercy the way he did, I was kind of just like, why should I even care about Brock, being champion or even being in the WWE anymore? He pretty much, just beat, his biggest threat. Like, it kind of wore me out. So I don't really want to see, Brock anymore either. Do you think Taker is going to be at Mania? I'm really not sure. I really am not sure at all. It's still tough. I mean, if you watch the 24 special on WrestleMania in Orlando, which you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. It was pretty good. I don't know. Taker did seem like at the end he was content with, walking out in the sunset. But, if he wants to come back for one more good match, put on a good story, no matter who it's against, and I'll be fine. But if he's not going to be able to put on another good match, I'd say it may be best for him not to. But again, we'll see what happens. As his stats to me is still up in the air because I was still confused as heck by that promo he cut last week. The stream's almost over. What happened to the 30-day rule about another thing too about Brock being champion? The 30-day rule about defending the belt. Naomi got stripped of it last year whenever she suffered her MCL sprain, so they took the title off of her because she should be ready for Mania. Brock doesn't show up for how long, but he doesn't get the title taken off of him. When Daniel Bryan was injured, they were stressing that rule on him as well. Well, of course, the heels are stressing on the babyface, but still, again, why is Brock still being champion if he can't defend the title in 30 days? NXT still abides by that rule because that's why, they had Samoa Joe take out Shinsuke Nakamura so badly that he wasn't going to be able to defend the title in 30 days, but he was able to get back in time, so he was able to. So yeah, that's definitely a good point, Tian Couponer. What happened to the 30-day rule about defending the belt? I agree. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, you can't call it belt, Tian Couponer. It has to be called the title, whatever it was, because that's one of the words you cannot say in WWE anymore. Just like you can't say wrestling, you gotta say sports entertainment. It's wrestling, Vince. Cut us a break. But yeah, so let me check the polls again one more time. Do I have anything? Nope, nothing new. Still the same numbers for the polls as well. So yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in to me in the live chat as well. As always, you guys are always awesome. So again, what are your thoughts on Raw? Again, I gave Raw an A- for tonight. I think we had a really strong show tonight for Raw. Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Hassan the Mighty, I still have not to this day seen that segment. I never have. and I never will. But yeah, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, please be sure to click my like and subscribe for more content on my channel, and follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAir93. If you guys need the link to get to it, it's just right in the description down below. I'll be back here live tomorrow for my SmackDown review. I was going to start season 3 of Road to WrestleMania today, but I didn't have the time. By the time I got my thoughts out, what I thought I was going to say for it. Raw was happening. I thought that some of those thoughts may have been, looking like full. So I'm going to wait till Wednesday to do the next of that season. It will not be live, unfortunately, because I have graphics I want to put in as well. So I will not be live streaming Road to WrestleMania, but that will be coming back as well. Again, SmackDown tomorrow night. Maybe NXT on Wednesday, depending on the show, because usually the Fallout show is just more of a recap show, so there's not really that much to really talk about. TM Cooper says Mike never watched that segment. I never am. I do not plan on it. I hear it was that bad that when they upload the YouTube highlights, they just put in a segment where Bayley came down afterwards and just beat down on Alexa, where of course Bayley choked on being extreme, which is why that match sucked pretty bad. But yeah. So again, Road to WrestleMania Wednesday, SmackDown review tomorrow night. NXT maybe, depending on what's going on. Of course, the 30-day challenge, any turn alerts that come up, where, my odds and ends once in the blue moon as well, because I do random stuff that shows as wrestling videos, but, that's just what I do. But thank you guys again as well for tuning into the live chat. And yes, Hassan the mic, I never saw that segment as well. For the, this is your live. Oh, and Lauren left another message. Her Mania predictions are Brock versus Roman, AJ versus Shinsuke, Sasha versus Bayley. It built up right. Yes, that match needs to happen again on the main roster. Asuka versus Alexa, Ronda and Rock versus Steph, Triple H, Cena versus Taker, Rollins versus Jordan, and Orton versus Owens. Orton versus Owens, sure. This is your life is so bad. Yes, Brian versus Shane. What about Sami Zayn? I don't know if he have any plans with Sami for the for WrestleMania as well. Matt versus Bray. Okay. And I guess maybe probably Charlotte versus Becky. That's the case if Ronda does do the tag match. Who will be the heel, Shane or Brian? I mean, I've heard rumors probably going to go more with Brian, because he's probably going to be leaving the company by the end of the year, so they want to decrease his popularity for what it sounds like. But they keep playing it as 1 week, one's face, one's heel. So I don't know where they're going with that route. But yeah, guys, yeah, I want to check out now because I'm getting kind of tired and I want to get going, get to bed. But thank you guys again as always for tuning into the live chat. Again, stay tuned tomorrow night. Oh, also Lauren mentioned, guys, you can these good chats. She loved when Ray, Randy, and John stared down Finn, Roman, and Shinsuke. Yeah, that was definitely different. Some of the the newer stars face off against some of the older time stars, but I definitely like that as well. Lauren says, I think Daniel will be heel if he faces Shane. I mean, it seems like it probably will be possible, but we'll see what happens down the line. I mean, I'm hoping they still get somewhere. And yes, once again, Hassan White says, and that's that thumbs up. Yeah, I know I keep saying it's going to end, but it does not. I want to say something else. Yeah, I didn't think of something else. Oh yeah, the Shane and Daniel Bryan stuff, they're starting to slow down just a little bit, not tease as much tension between them on SmackDown, but hopefully that doesn't. Yeah, who knows? And if Cena is qualified for the Chamber, what will be his role at Fastlane? Yeah, I'm not sure now what they're going to do for Cena at Fastlane. I heard he was advertised for that pay-per-view. I don't know. We'll have to see if he is still on the show or not. But yeah, guys, thank you again for tuning in. As always, again, as I said before, for the third time, please click that like and subscribe for more content on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirborne93. Guys, I'm checking out right now. I'm getting tired, but thank you guys again, as always, for your comments in the live chat. I'll be back up here. It's probably around like 10:10, 10:15 tomorrow night for my live SmackDown live review. So I'm checking out, guys. Until then, guys, have a good night.